Hey there, drone fans. Today I'd like to give you 6 good reasons why I really like the brand new DJI N3 goggles. These are the latest release from DJI in their goggle series, and they currently work with the Avata 2 and the Neo drone, and they're different than a lot of other goggles that DJI's released because they've incorporated a lot of features and functions that they used in those other goggles, but took in a lot of customer suggestions to build the brand new N3s. So I'll give you 6 reasons. Now I was going to give you 5, but I actually found one more that I like a lot about them. So let's start off with the goggles themselves. The one thing I really like about these goggles compared to all the other DJI goggles I use is that they're big enough where you can actually wear these with your glasses. So if you're somebody like me that wears reading glasses or needs glasses to see up close, there's enough room inside that chamber where I can leave these glasses on, put the goggles on, and use these to correct my vision. And that's a big deal because with other goggles, I can adjust the IPD and I can move the lenses around, or you can even get custom lenses that I can put inside the goggles, but that's a hassle. It's going to be another expense where you get those custom lenses cut, and it's just something else I got to remember. With these, I can wear my glasses. I put them on, start the goggles up, and I'm ready to go. So I like that an awful lot. I can also do live view sharing from these. So if I'm flying out there in the field, whether it's the Neo or the Avata 2, I can link it up to a phone and I can have somebody else watch exactly what I'm seeing inside the goggles. That's really exciting if you have somebody with you to fly because they can't really see what you're doing, and you can't really fly FPV without a spotter. So that poor spotter is just sitting there looking around watching the drone fly, but they have no idea what's going on. So sharing that live video to that phone means they can actually watch what you're seeing and they can enjoy in that video. So it's pretty good. In addition to that, you can also use these to watch a movie. So you can load a movie or a TV show in a micro SD card, pop it in the front, and you'll have a widescreen view in full HD of that movie. And you can get an adapter that plugs into the USB-C port on the top and plug in headphones. So it's like you've got your own private movie theater that you can take with you anywhere. You can use it on a plane, you can use it in the car, you can use it when you're in the bedroom getting ready to go to bed at night, put the goggles on, you could watch a nice movie. So it's pretty cool that you can use this for other things than just flying a drone. When you're flying the drone though, there are 2 features that are built in through the application that makes flying a whole lot easier. The first one is an AR cursor. And what that does is if you're using the gyroscopic flight controller, when you're using that, you'll see a pointer in front of you where you can make choices in the menu. So you can actually point at something, pull the trigger. If you've ever used a standard set of VR goggles, you have the same level of functionality typically, but in here, that controller, that gyroscopic controller, is really an easy way to make those choices. Now you can certainly use the button on the top to walk through the menus as well, but I really like having that AR cursor, that augmented reality cursor. Another feature which makes things a lot safer is you have a digital home point. So when you're flying your drones, there's constantly a little H that is around the edge of your vision. So when you're flying, that way you know the drone is this way, you got to spin it around to bring it back to your home point. So it's always sort of pointing back towards the home point, and that's great because if you're flying your drone, you get far down the field and you turned a little bit, maybe you forgot exactly where that drone is. So knowing you've got that digital home point makes it really easy to find the way back to your home point and actually land that drone. And the last thing I'll mention, which is a feature they've had in some of their other drones, but it really comes into play here, is a defogging feature, because if you're using these goggles, this chamber is so good at sealing around your face, and it's incredibly comfortable. You got foam all the way around the outside of it. So once you put these on, you have a really tight seal around your face, which is important because you don't want light to leak in. That'll destroy that whole virtual image. But because it's so tight on your face, when you're sweating a little bit, you've got that moisture inside the chamber and it can fog up the lenses. So you can actually make it evacuate that moisture by holding down the button and putting it in defog mode, which really quickly spins up the fans, pulls all the moisture outside of the goggles. You don't have to take them off like you did with other goggles and clean them up. It just does that automatically. So those 6 things for me, plus the integrated battery, there's number 7, I like that a lot. Those 7 things for me make this an incredibly nice pair of goggles, again, that works today with the Avata 2 and the Neo, and DJI is always releasing new firmware over the air that upgrades their products to work with other products, so maybe we'll see it compatible with maybe an Air 3S or maybe the Mini 4 Pro, who knows? But for today, if you're flying the Avata 2 or you're flying the Neo, these will really enhance your experience because they immediately turn those drones into FPV drones, which is a completely different way to fly and incredibly exciting. So hopefully you found this review helpful. Thanks an awful lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.